That was incredible. That was actually, honest to God, incredible. It not only crashed Arma, but it crashed OBS, all because I tried to adjust to where the battle cruiser went. That's that's amazing. That is actually amazing. So what I could do to maximize the turret use on the battleship is I could make sure all the major turrets are crewed. And then just put the ships in a wide formation. That way the best bet for them is to sneak right in through the middle. But at the same time, this is going to be entirely dependent on the captain. I could probably do one destroyer. Maybe two. But at that point, the frames might just get way too much. And now, knowing that the destroyer does that, I have to, or excuse me, the battle cruiser does that when I move it, I have to be absolutely careful I don't do that again, because an issue like that will crash a server, so. I don't think I even saved that, so it's going to save as a temporary file because I already booted it through Play. I have no idea how far it flew, but it flew far enough to exceed a mission file's 60 megabyte limit in its cache. So it probably flew to a place that we will never find out. But either way, I'm going to assume that this is playable, because we're still going to have to test it on the server anyway. But in order to make this work, let's do a full-on test here. So 1, we got the commander, driver, and then I need to count off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 slots. So 20 total. And I think I do have that. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Yeah, so I have 20 slots total. And then it just say don't use the torpedoes, and we should be okay. And then the flat cannons up here, I mean, that's not going to do anything to the enemy ships. Something I will also turn off because I don't want it affecting that. I know it's also probably eating up a lot of frame stuff is advanced ballistics. We can just leave it to vanilla ballistics, and that should be okay. But that should really help with the frame drops I was seeing when ships were getting hit. So now if I were to... It's a KMS 22. And then, you know, we also have the torpedo boat, but torpedoes aren't going to work because of the scripting. So, realistically, let me spawn one of these without crew because I'm going to make this manually. That's because the captain slot I have here has the LR. And then this guy has a short range. So let me now put them back. And if I were to just put a bunch of you in here, we have a driver and a commander seat. So how many guns do we have on this puppy? 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I'm only crewing the major batteries here. So this would be a 6-man boat, including those other crews. So in total... Yeah, and they, you know, some of them spawn on the top things. I think that's the driver's seat, though. And yeah, main gun. All of the main guns get crewed first. Yep, cool. So if I were to do a wide formation here, this would be 26, 34, 32 slots, which is about on par with what we've been getting on Fridays anyway. And I know some are still salty about the op where they all got screwed by that one APC. So again, lower player count would be better for this style of operation. And again, going on the assumption that they're able to go on and get hit. But I did also notice that some rounds were able to kill players, and I've given them a small amount of medical. Ooh, excuse me. So I might, for the sake of this, just because I want them to focus on shooting and not doing any medical and stuff. Oh, gosh darn it. Okay. Because this is just meant to be a fun operation. Let me get some music on, too. Might as hell, just because we're chilling. We had Mass Effect going. Let's do some Skyrim suites here. Jack that up a tad. I'm thinking about just disabling the damage. Just so they can focus on what's at hand here. And realistically, that's all I'm going to need. Alright, so let me go on my server. Let me go to the backup command lines room, make sure my IFA command line's up to date, because we did run an update, so that's why some of this stuff is newer. So where is our command line backup room? Because I don't want to interrupt. I know they're doing a testing thing on the other server. So command line backups. They haven't put IFAs up there yet. For frickety frack's sake. Alright. That's fine. Let me go into the other server. They got people on it. Alright, let's see if Liru can accidentally crash the server. Screw it. Mine should be up to snuff there. So let me kill the EBO hunt. That was just a fun mission from a few hours ago. Let me now switch its command line to IFA. Maybe it will boot, maybe it won't, but we're not using anything new. It should be all under IFA assets. And we're going to go to config files, but I have to save this as something. So let's do Stratahose testing. I don't frickin' know. And at least with the server running, it should help me see if the torpedoes are still bugged. If not, I can just get a few people on and we can quickly do that. So let's get that going. General is fine. Add that in case I need to delete anything. Multiplayer. I'm gonna have them respawn on the battleships, though, so that doesn't really matter. Save loadout, because they're gonna have radios and communicate with each other. Though we might have beta by tomorrow, so that shouldn't be an issue. Now I gotta tab out and get the description extension file. I'll probably just write one real quick, just respawn on start. Yeah, let's just do that. Screw it. Copy that. New. Copy that line of code. File. Save as. Missions. North Cape testing. Description. Dot extension. Now, if I were to hit the play button here. Am I the only person that does Zeus in my milsim? No. I'm like one of 12, 15 Zeuses. We're even training a new batch right now, so. I will admit, though, since it is my community, I'm the only one that's allowed to play with certain things because I got my own server, but it's the bias. But now if I respawn, it should respawn me. Yeah, respawn's disabled. Cool. Now, for the sake of debug, I don't want that, but I will claim it's one life just so I don't have to deal with it. So we'll do, I think that's good enough. Make sure I spell it right at least. Set this to blue 4. And we'll go ahead and get that tested. Yeah, oh yeah, I'll play Skyrim when I'm bored, you know? So position's fine. Alright. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So it put some of them in torpedo turrets, but there should be other turrets that they can take. Like, these guns specifically. I didn't mean to select you like that. I just wanted to show me the crew. There we go. Okay, no, it doesn't show you individually. That's fine. I think it does that in Zeus, though. So I can just say, hey, go to a different slot. If it says torpedo, there's other things you can take. Ow, that went down the wrong hole. Worst comes to worst, if I get way too many people that show up, we could just run a British versus French op that I'm going to make. But at the same time, if I don't have a lot of people show up, then I can just run this first thing. But if a lot of people do show up, I'll run this as the second op because of its limited slots. Maybe I won't even announce it. But let's go ahead, save, export this puppy. Tab out. That's why the audio just cut up abruptly. I apologize. It's just how the game works. Go to MP mission. Let's go throw that down on the bottom right. Click rename on the file. Go into text editor for my service configuration files. TSB testing is the standard name I give it. The password will be the same exact thing. I'm going to turn keying off because I don't know if my server is up to snuff for its load values. And that's something I don't want to fix right now. And let's get this puppy on the server. Now, where is the log viewer? I'm going to watch that in a different window as this puppy boots. So we're going to click new window there. It makes a pop-up appear. Meanwhile, I'll look at my Gmail, my other account, and see if anyone else has sent me some weird stuff. No, thank God, no random mission suggestions I have to deal with. So I Technically, I rent these servers from Havoc, but they give me the server I've always used for free and a sponsorship deal. All of the mods are booted. The only one that's not found is Advanced Urban Repelling what? No, that's Zeus Cache. Never mind. About to say, like, that's awkward if we have had something on there that's not found. But no, it's just Zeus Cache because you don't have to run that server side. We just run that as a client mod, but just makes it easier bookkeeping-wise to keep it in there. Oh, Keck, yeah, no, we should probably make that up, the third one for this Wednesday, because it is my week, and then I still have a few little small scripting things I gotta handle, but... Is there any sort of application to become Zeus? In TSB, you have to be there for at least a year or two. People have to know you. I think the only person that has been an exception to that rule, at least recently, is Nimia, but that's because Nimia is also a T3. So I think in reality, the rule is you have to be a T3, which means you have to be there for a while. But Nimia is an exception because she's put in her time. But yeah, no, basically, as I say with any Zeus gig, you have to know how the community operates before you even step in the door for Zeusing. Unless you've been doing this for a long time, usually that method to get there is gonna take you a long time. So let's see how the server handles this. I'm gonna have to get in a few people. Probably just have them get on the battleship and we can just test some shit out. I'm about to say, I just hit Control Y. Why is my Zeus now magically not working? Takes it a second to boot. I was about to say, why did these not get added to my interface? That's because there's no one in them. So, for the sake of this, since I'm not using those, we're going to go ahead and delete those. Respawn these with AI.
Waiting. Standing by.
Set you in a... Oh, gosh, I can't even access your thingamajig. Ah! Stop it. There we go. Do a line formation. That way I can pair you guys up. And theoretically, you should stay over there, maybe. I don't know.
On the way.
And give them all movement orders, and that should be good. Now let's throw some stuff down and see how the server handles it. Watch this get blown out of the water, and the server just decides to crash, like, immediately.
Ready for orders.
There we go, like a flotilla of destroyers. Frames are still over 100, but that's because they haven't targeted anything, but at least those are moving. Someone gonna shoot somebody? There we go. Ooh, that's not the drop I was looking for. Why? Why are you dropping down to 26? So I see one destroyer sinking. Now, hypothetically, if I remove you and you... I mean, the torpedoes looked like they were working here, but... If I remove those two things, not much better. Okay, so that means I can keep the destroyers. So, see, if I had like 20 players on and I was getting this number, that would be fine, but adding 20 people to this scares me. I did hear a torpedo detonation. So is the fact that... I actually don't know. A torpedo spawned in debug corner. That's not good. Oh my god. That is beautiful. That number is just infinitely calculating. Probably run up and delete the rest of those torpedoes. I'm gonna have to be very, very clear about the torpedo use here, because if they go out at this range, I'm not gonna be... Actually, no, I could probably get them from over there, but... Well, I delete the torpedoes, and it's actually causing... I mean, I guess that's better, because there's less variation, but at the same time... Huh. We're gonna go for it. Fuck it. But what I need to figure out is what seats are the dudes in the torpedoes in. I'll put these guys in perfect torpedo position. For these guys, I can't even tell who's in the torpedo seats. As long as we don't use torpedoes, we can make this work. It is perfectly playable without those torpedoes. Okay, so I don't even have to do player testing for the torpedoes, because I'm not putting in the fucking torpedoes, period. Because everything else it works with. Oh, wow, he's firing all the way at the debug one I made. Ooh, sweet mama. So I'm pretty sure this battleship doesn't have any... I don't see any torpedo slots on her, but now I'm also curious if I get the hood out. Because I really would like to use the hood, but...
Ready for orders.
If I can't, then I can't. Pretty sure those are anti-submarine. But I could be wrong, but... Are they shooting at me? Hello? Hi, yes, I'm Mr. Debug. Nope. We're not using the hood. Something about our weapon scripting just does not like being used. Is that because this got launched? Nope, it's not because of the torpedo. It's just because something on the hood does not like whatever the hell might be over here. Because as soon as I delete it, boom, frames return. So we're not using the hood. But there is potential here. Let me just spawn in... We can do Liberty ships that are RAF. This can be our, like, transport.
Ready for orders.
If I were to put 3 of you out and about, what do you do? It's the Ark Royal again. I think that's, aircraft carrier. Essex is an aircraft carrier. Sims is a destroyer. Yeah. Oh, that was beautiful. Alright. I'm not seeing any frame drops with this, so they can engage the convoy. That is concerning. Hold up. Something's freaking the server out. Is she memory leaking? No, she's stabilizing in the mid to low 70s. Let me wait 20 seconds here. Looks like she's actually gaining. Okay. So, let me try those Liberty ships again. I know we have... Let's do cargo freighters instead, but...
Ready for orders.
Do I have British cargo carriers? No, but they were U.S. boats as part of Lend-Lease, so I could get away with that argument. And the reason I ask is because these guys will have a U.S. flag. No, oh, yep, there it is. So I don't mind those being engaged, because it can make sense. But let's, it's going to take her a second to lock onto these. Almost hit respawn like a dum-dum. Yeah, frames recovered back to 100, so let's see as these things get shot to shit. Shoot him. Shoot him. The lid. The lid. The lid. The lid. The lid. The lid. Ah, fuck's sake. This is why I drink. Frames are getting to the 60s. But it evens out with drops to 70. I saw one drop to the 60s, so I was a little concerned there. That also might be because the battleship literally left my view. Hey! Listen! Shoot! I think he's trying to target that one, but he's just too dumb. Why are you set to defend only? Kill them! Kill them! Sir! Oh my god, you know what?
Awaiting orders.
New battleship! Shoot them. Maybe. I don't know. Alright, I see a gun locking. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? Come on. Come on. Are you shooting that one? No, you're just... Oh, ooh, oh. Oh, okay. Now they're moving. Shoot them. Geneva's not here right now. Shoot them. Shoot them. Okay. Okay, he wants an excuse. He wants an excuse. All right. Yep, yep. What if, riddle me this.
Waiting.
There's also one of these over here. I'm going to quickly delete that guy and that guy. Okay? We can delete whatever the hell are those people too. Now you won't feel guilty, right? Here, I'll even move them. See, there you go. Is that so hard? Now shoot the rest of them. Okay. Because I'm also making sure all these ships are killable. But hey, you want to do something right? You just gotta do it yourself. Okay, you're the main gun. Okay, that was a direct hit to the side. Did that do damage? Yes, it did. Can you sink if you hit N key on it? Do you go into the drink? Yes, you do. Okay. Glad we could figure that out. Did my server crash? No. All I need, Mr. Battleship. Can you just work with me here? Maybe we have to fool it.
Ready.
Okay. There's a destroyer literally hiding right behind. That was the wrong person to delete, but whatever. Where the heck are those shells coming from? Okay. Now what are you gonna do? You're looking at it. There you go. Easy. You just gotta fool him. Okay, so he's retarded. Shot a torpedo too, but yeah, the torpedo literally causes frames to go from, like, there's a good 10 to 20 frame loss because of torpedoes, so. No torpedoes. Feel like Edna mode. No capes. Oh yeah, no, this is totally doable. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're going to now make our thing. Go in editor, open up Ramadi. Ramadi, Ramadan, Ramadou, whatever. And we're going to spawn the 3 battle cruisers, and then I have to spawn a battle cruiser way in the back. Or better yet, I could just hide the damn thing. Because we're going to have to deploy that with its destroyers on something else. So it was 2 different convoy escorts. So the question is, do I spawn in that second convoy? Nah, we're gonna have the battle crew. We're gonna have the enemy battleship be the final finish here. Resupply might be an issue. That'll be fine. Alright, so I'm going to give myself as much distance as I can. Let me just make sure these things aren't beached. Okay, well, maybe we can put you a little more in the water, maybe? Thank you. At the water line would be a good start. Just ignore the fact that this is some Mediterranean island. You know, that would be great. And now where the render distance ends is where I'll put those 3 battle cruisers. So throw those puppies on right here. They'll have a US flag. Not really much I can do about that. Again, don't have a light one, don't have a heavy one, so. And we do. Oh my god. Okay, we're spinning. Because I selected the camera. Yep. Wow, and I somehow spun them to the opposite direction of where they needed to be. That's called skill. So we'll just put them back. And then the rest I'll spawn in just in order. It'll be 3 battle cruisers. Then they'll kill the convoy of anywhere from 5 to 9 ships. I'll probably do a group of 5 and a group of 5. Then 5 destroyers, then 4 destroyers, a battle cruiser, and a battleship. And that'll be a good 30, 45-minute operation. So yeah, and then this one I'm just going to spawn down there. Set the careless hold fire. And at this range, because of the fog, he shouldn't even be detected by the Blue Fort group. So, up in Zeus, this gives us a good view of the ships, but, actually down here is where the fog's going to set in on the horizon, and those things are just barely visible, which is how I like it. But everyone that wants to play, we're going to have to get them all the mission screen and get them to jump in first thing. Well, Big Dumbs, this is Battle of Northern Cape, so it would, I guess, be a Swedish island, but there weren't any up there. So it's just map limitations. Not much we can do, but is there anything else in Ace I could turn off to help with frames? Fatigue, yep. Throwing, yep. All the air resistance is turned off, so that's fine. Captives, common, cook-off is already all disabled anyway. So I can turn all this. That'll help with some frame loss at the end. Explosives, no. Fragmentation's turned off already. Hearing is turned off. Medical is fine. View distance is client side. So, yeah, that should be A-okay. So let's save this as a final product. Pulling around in my chair. Ba-ba-bum. And now I gotta come up with a second op, because even then, it's only gonna be like 30, 45 minutes, so... Call that final. Let me go into my files now, go under missions, copy and paste this description executable. And now we can export that. Now... what do I want to do? Do I want to do that British versus whatchamacallit? Or do I want to get into that Naval Pacific campaign? Let's see, it's Sunday. How about we spend this stream building everything? Trying to think here. There's a lot of different things I could go with here. But... let me look at Puala. Screw it, let's go with Puala, and I can... work with a few things here. Let's do the Pacific campaign. No, but then again, because I know Iceberg did come back. This was originally his idea, so we're gonna let him rock with it. Let me go into what I had for British versus French. We're just gonna rock that instead. Let me see if I need to put any finishing touches on that. I don't think I garrisoned anything, so we can just do that. Where is it? GOS, Leskovitz. Let's run that puppy. And after this loads, I'm probably going to take 3 minutes and collect my thoughts, update the titles, update the commands, and we'll see what we decide to work with. Oh yeah, no, this wasn't finished yet. Did I not even get the original perimeter down? Yes, I did. Wow, no, so this wasn't even anywhere close to being finished. Ay, I'm silly. Alright, let's, yeah, okay, that's good. Let me get on my channel here on the other page, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Let's go ahead and go into our commands here. This one is a French. I might redesign my infantry too. Not the French ones, but the British kits. Alright, that should be good. Didn't mean to open TeamSpeak up there. Gosh darn it. Everything's a mess. There we go. Okay. Where were we in this gigantic mess of a thing? I did make the British stuff, but I might change something out. But that's also going to depend on what vehicles I put down for the French side, which I set up over here. Okay. So, let me see if I remember this correctly. Oh, it's going fine, Freak. It's going fine. So I thought about doing a Hunt Down the Bismarck op, but just with how framey the ships get, I don't think it's going to be possible with our current state of thingamajigs. Why do I have two random sandbags over here? Also a matter of how much effort do I actually want to put into this one after what they've been doing to some other IFA operations. But what do I actually have? I've got various Vics. I'm probably not going to use any of the major tanks. I might use a Greyhound, though. I'm probably going to stick to infantry Vics and turrets. I don't have any AA, so there's no point in using those AA bunkers. But I might also establish some random trench lines here and there. So if I could, maybe something like this. Let's switch this to a box. Just to throw in a few more trenches, but these do randomly float a touch, so let's adjust that a little. Put it so that part's in the ground. That should get all of this stuff adjusted accordingly. Yep, okay. Nothing too fortified, it's just how everything else is. And then do I want to do any fortifications additionally, or do I just want to, yes. Good old meme man. Alright, we're gonna put him... I'm gonna put him in the fire station. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? Put him in the fire station tower. Get him, Beppis. And he probably has Springfield in his inventory, if memory serves me correctly. Yeah, no, we're gonna get rid of that. He's just our Easter egg, like Fluffers. Now the question is, do I want to add any extra defense lines, or do I just want to leave that at this and have infantry move around with VCOM? I think I'm going to go for the latter. So let's go ahead and... Did I have an objective marker there? No, that's from writing stuff. But I will... Let me keep that as a writable objective, because I'll edit that stuff. But everything else, let's go ahead and delete. I got a 30 cal and a 50 cal. I'd actually like to use the 30 cals here. If that can even fit. Because it might not. Yeah, it's not tall enough. Oh, that's funny. Now, maybe if I could pallet stack. I'd want something that I can turn off simulation for, but I might not. I can't even spawn a pallet with that. Okay, cool. And those are all... Why do we have like 5 copies of vertical pallets? I give up. Pallet A it is. I can't put you to a simple object, that's fine. I can just disable your simulation. Why are you being weird? Why? Just... That works. Now here's the kicker. How does he sit down on it? Does he, like, float his behind back? Because I'm willing to bet he might. In which case, how the hell am I going to fix that? Get on the gun. Oh! Where's the stack of pallets? What? Why can't I spawn a stack of pallets? Game, you're a vanilla asset. How can I not spawn a vanilla fucking... I hate this game. Do I have any other random ass stack of pallets? I could put a box, but that's a little too futuristic. I'm not putting like 8 pallets down. We do a barrel. Yeah, you're right. That would just roll around, so... Alright, not something with Russian or Japanese or Chinese, whatever that is. I called that Russian, wow, I'm silly. We just do a wooden barrel. It's not tall enough. Doesn't reach his Donkey Don. Okay, what if... Where's a taller barrel? Are you a taller barrel? What are you? You're a shorter barrel. You are just a disappointment. Okay. I mean, I'm... You know what? I have a better idea. Hold up. Hold up. What if... Just work with me here. Yeah. Now, real question. Will that turret armor itself because it's partially in that dirt bunker? Oh, this is going to be awkward if I didn't put a Zeus slot down. Oh, looks like it worked. Okay. It works. Good enough for me. Ruby Roo. Yeah, I fixed you. I gave the lead guy radio. I don't think I'm going to switch their kits. Those should be fine. Okay, so machine gun works. So I'm going to now take that. And we're just going to go adjust that to everywhere where it's going to be needed, which... that was awkward. So they have different rotationary ranges, so... That's fine. Huh. We're gonna stick with 30 cals. That's a dumb place to put a turret, so I won't even bother with right there. So I think I'll give this a classic, obvious avenues of approach are covered, but not the rear. With how some of these are angled, that's not really... Even with the pallet, it looks a little funny, but... with the mortars, I can use that while they're going from this town to that town. Everything else I'll keep open. Open, whatever. Alright, now the real fun part. Since we're still using Achilles, at least I think we are, we get to do all the sinking. Do I have 2 machine guns in each squad or just one? Just one, okay. Makes sense for a rifle squad. Oh shit, did that actually happen? Is TikTok banned in the EU now? Wonder if the US will follow. I mean, for me, it's a double-edged sword. Sure, I hate TikTok, but it's also a way for people to express themselves, and Bloodwayne actually has a nice following on TikTok, so she's gonna be devastated if it, goes under. These frickin' trenches, man. We should all convince her to stream. She'd make partner in a freaking heartbeat. And I wish I was kidding, and I'm very envious that I'm not kidding. Little minor rotations here and there. No, we want to just rotate her down. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? American TikTok. I don't know. Facebook isn't really that much better from what I've seen. I don't know. It's really funny because I've got Borderlands 3 from the God damn it, what's it called? What's that stupid app that's trying to throw around a shit ton of money to try to compete with Steam? I can't even remember what they're fucking called. I could literally tab out and look at it, but I'm too busy doing this to care. Epic Launcher, Epic Store, yeah. Every morning I have it disabled as a boot up on start. And every morning when I boot my computer up, it keeps asking to boot. But it's also going into places where it shouldn't be. That Steam doesn't, so... I don't know, just really, really curious to... Even though I tell it not to boot, it tries anyway. Dun dun dun. Probably because I messed up my security permissions. But still, with how everything's going and the hashtag blame China thing going on right now, we might as well all bandwagon on it, right? Make it happen. And then these guys, that machine gun's grouped, and then this machine gun. Actually, I don't think I grouped the other one. Because the less groups you have on a server, the more reliable it is. I'm not even going to bother with machine gun right there, because there's a tree in the way, so it's fine. And then the rest of the squads, I can literally just spawn as needed. Have I ever seen Sino on Reddit? No. No, I have not. I assume you're about to tell me about it. Yeah, so even though I don't have a gun in here, I can just put riflemen up on the sides, and that'll be fine. And then that's trench security. All right, let's get a basis over here. Group all those together. Oh, I do have a 6-pounder in there. And that is also a 6-pounder, so... Heck, I can just get that crude. So let's take 2 random riflemen. Put them in that puppy. I'm not really much to overwatch from that position, but you never know. I've put things in the dumbest of spots, and yet it's still the perfect thing to use against the players at the time. It's a subreddit on China where people talk about stuff, and China tries to take it down. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, guys. We're seeing stuff like that every day in the world. I mean, hell, I hate to get political, but, you know, the president's trying to get CDC data for infections and whatnot. And instead of having hospitals report to the CDC for corona, they're trying to have them go to the White House. And all of these countries are trying to find other reasons to write off people's deaths as not being related to COVID. I mean, China started with that, sure, but what scares me is there's a lot of other countries out there that are democratic that are also doing that. So if you were to go to any site that tracks COVID-19 stuff, that data is skewed. And you can tell because if you were to go to any, like, you know, the Sino Reddit, for example, I'm willing to bet there's still a lot of stuff about Corona in there. But if you go to any official site, they're saying that China has flattened their curve completely. Even though if you were to look at their official reports, they've had the same exact amount of new cases every day. So they're not even trying to hide it, because that's not suspicious as fuck. You know, 3 months in a row, you get only like 45 cases. New ones, at least. You know, that's not how viruses work. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. In reality, take whatever number you've seen about COVID and double it. And that's how it actually is. That's what I've been living by at this point. But I was really scared because my campus, until literally 2 nights ago at 2 a.m. no less, decided to at least put all my classes online. But there's still some classes they're going to have you take that you have to go on campus for. And they're going to make you fill out a medical waiver. And I looked at it, and it's basically, if you get corona on campus, you can't sue the school. And it's like, oh, wow, so we're going for the capitalism method instead of keeping people safe. Joy. But all my classes are online, because I was seriously considering, I have 4 classes left, but I'm grabbing him, he's for vehicles and stuff. But I had 4 classes left, and one of them's already done, because the teacher is a Chad, and he let us do all of it online over the summer. If we wanted to, so I got all that done. I have a B in it, so yay. But another class, the teacher said, screw this. He turned all of his classes to online, which he wanted to send us an email saying, hey, I'm about to drop the class, but the school wouldn't let him for some stupid reason. So they just randomly dropped us all from the classes. And then 3 hours later, the school's like, hey, we're dropping you the class. Like, we dropped everyone from the class. The teacher's going to do something else. And that was it. We had no idea that he was switching to online. So everyone freaked out there. And, but, you know, we eventually got told after a little bit of panic. But the other two classes I was scared about. One, not so much, because they gave us a big room, because we know the room types that we're getting. They gave us a big room, and only 30 of us were assigned to it because it was an elective, so we could easily social distance that. But imagine for my like my Pinnacle course, which is this massive seminar type course where it's a lot of discussion and stuff, which I still don't know how we're going to do that online, but we are now. But digression aside, they wanted us to imagine your 2nd or 4th grade classroom, maybe a little bigger. I would say 1.5 times the size of that classroom from your 2nd or 4th grade, any elementary school class you took. And imagine that as 1.5 times the size, especially if you're in the US. And then imagine about 50 to 60 kids in there. I wouldn't call us kids, actually. We're about, late 20s. No, not even late 20s. Early 20s. Not even mid. Maybe a few mid, and then, college is accessible to anyone older. So maybe a few adults, too. They wanted to put us, 52 of us in one of those classrooms for 3 hours every Wednesday. And I was not going to do that. At all. Yeah, we have a building that is supposed to be getting bulldozed, but it's not because the school screwed up its logistics and realized if they bulldoze these buildings, they won't have enough classrooms for everybody. But they wanted to put us in a room from that building. I've been in that room specifically too, and I know it's cramped. I had a 30-person English class in there. But yeah, no, I'm not doing that, fam. I'm sorry. I do not want to
Let's give him a warm
welcome. Get infected with anything, please. But yeah, so school finally reversed that decision, thank God, but makes you think. There's a little bit of Liru's life for you. Having to deal with campuses making really silly decisions about Corona. I'm going to put them empty in here just to troll my players. No, we're keeping that one. Oh, that would have been awkward. Let me grab all of you and let me sync you to that. That's set right. No, it's not. Enable, disable, enable. That way with Achilles, if I want to break them off the garrison, I can just remote control the lead unit, and then all of them will break the garrison, but naturally the statics will stay there. But I'm not going to do that because they can run through the garrisons there. So same with this one, enable, disable, enable. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm high risk for Corona because when I was in 4th grade, I had a very bad case of pneumonia that left a massive scar in my left lung, and it diminished my breathing capacity by about 10 to 15%. Yet I'll still go out and do crazy things like scuba dive and whatnot, but I'm worried what Corona will further do to my lungs, and I kind of, even though I hate my voice, I still like screaming at my players when they all decide to charge that one APC, and die. So, I want to keep that going. But everything kind of, yeah, the maniacal laughter, I like that too, but, kind of scary how everything's trying to reopen as Corona's just taking off, but the more I think about it and the more I look at history, I mean, Spanish flu killed like 20 million people? So I can see why this would happen. And it's really funny because if you go back to that and you look at cases where people didn't want to wear masks, because this all happened with the Spanish flu. There was a massive anti-mask resistance movement, and it just caused the virus to get a lot worse. So we're just seeing history repeat. And it also makes me feel a little bit better about humanity, because, you know, humanity's not being stupid right now. They were always that stupid. Just the internet lets stupid people interact with other stupid people, and then they feel less stupid about being stupid, which just gives them the confidence to keep being stupid, which is even worse. But digression aside, I just find it funny how we're seeing history repeat with all of this stuff. Hey, Godly. All depends who started the Spanish flu. Research indicated that it actually originated in China, but I forget why they call it the Spanish flu. But yeah, it's just people in China eating weird animals, man. That's how it's been for swine flu, like everything. And I don't mean to beat up on China for that, but it's kind of been that way. So all we have to do is ask China to stop eating weird animals, and then we'll be A-okay. I'm gonna make this into a command building. Nah, I'm just curious to see how the world's gonna change after this one, you know? What's the difference here? F2A, 2B, ML3, Scout, they're the exact same. Yeah, one's a half track, one's a wheeled. But I really do hope the US kind of changes a bit, because our healthcare system is dumb. And a lot of people agree, but when they're told, hey, you might have to pay a little more in taxes for it, they kind of shudder away. But in my opinion, I think people are fine with paying another, like, few percent of their taxes just to make sure that if they get sick, then they're not entirely screwed. But it's not just about the Medicare stuff, it's also the work ethic. And a lot of people really like trying to screw you out of your sick days and whatnot. That's why I kind of like YouTube, you know? I can do everything myself, and I'm also doing short-term stuff in stocks, which kind of helps me get that extra income to keep doing YouTube, but society's really messed up. It's really, really messed up, and you just kind of gotta hope things change eventually. Yeah, exactly. It's how the world kind of spends. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna stop being political. I hate being political, but I look outside, I look at the numbers of Corona going up, and it's just dumb. Last political thing I'll say. I'm ashamed that Kanye West dropped from the presidential race, okay? I'm very, very pissed off that that happened, because I don't know. I just thought another meme president would be amazing to possibly wake people up, but whatever. Big F. What can we do? I'll be curious to see how many people actually show up to vote, though, in the US with how badly Corona is going to be ravaging everything. And then I'm also going to be curious to see how many big spikes in Corona actually happen because people went out to vote. So we'll see how things go. You get what you... It's not what you get what you pay for, it's just you get what you fucking deserve at this point. But good words to live by, guys, is if you ever want to scare yourself, just think of the average human intelligence, alright? Just your average Joe Schmo who doesn't really know anything. Maybe he's not that smart, but, you know, he knows enough to get by. So that's your average. That's your median. Well, not your median, your mean, which, you know, average, in the middle of all the outliers, blah, blah, blah. And then just remember, 50% of the people you will meet in the world are dumber than your average Joe. Let that sink in. And then you'll realize how screwed we are. Where does TSB fall into this? Oh, that's a good one. Average versus median makes it worse. You got me there. I'm not even gonna comment on that part. Well, okay, no, I should have these two guys in the supermarket. And then I'll also have another Greyhound in here. Because I got some complaints about their AT only being Pyattes. They wanted some anti-tank rifles, but I don't want to actually throw real tanks in here because this is just like a scout car, to be perfectly honest. So using it in urban scenarios where they can sneak up on it, hit with a Pyatt would be better for AT. Let's see, add editable objects, multiplayer, custom positions, select respawn. No. Select a respawn position, set that to 10, that to 5, save loadout, disable that. Now, do we have add-ons loaded here? Yes, we do, okay. Let me go get that description executable that I copied from here. This is going to be an older file, so it's going to be way down. Leskovitz was PGA 314 or 13? I'll know it when I see it, because I know Al Ryak is 310. This is the dot and then the map name, by the way, what I'm talking about. This was saved as a name. It's 14. Yep, I was right. Okay. And let's see if I edited everything properly. I put that. So this was what I was supposed to run, but instead Xander made an ATS mission, which I was going on hold for, but I found out that we were removing ATS, so I thought we'll run that instead. So yeah, I renamed my my command slot as that, because that was ridiculous. So I'll redo the tasks. I'm just checking spawns here. I didn't make a respawn position, though. The 3 twin brothers. Yeah, it would be triplets, but you fixed it. All right. So I didn't do a position. How are these guys holding their garrisons, though? A little bit of defilade. Let's see if they shoot back. Okay. I gotta force them to be standing. I sometimes forget to do that while they're in the trenches, which is why we test. And then test again. And then test a third time. Where's the group lead?
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Also, just to confirm that that was selecting all of them, cool. Secure. I'm not going to give description to these. I could not care less. I might tie triggers to them later, but till then, nah. Do I want to be nice? We'll do 2 life. Spacing out over what I want to do. Where is a British flag? British flag, British flag, British flag. Boop. Alright, I gotta go open up my handy-dandy scripting bin. Where do I have that? Scripts and tests? No, I need scripts and compositions. I'm gonna have to scroll super high up this page. There we go. Player pause, get pause, object variable. Get pause bacon. Now, why do I call it bacon? That's because I like to get a can, tactical bacon, bacon. Now, you're probably wondering, why don't I just have them teleport up to the car? And the reason for that is, if they do that, then it could arma them and they could get run over. So, have it be a little to the right, well out of the range of them getting possibly run over by something. So now I want to tab back out, scroll down in my section here under attach commands. That's UAV coding. That's TFAR variant. Did I scroll past it? Yes, I did. Okay. And then we're going to do attach to relative. What'd I call you, R1? Have that run. And then, naturally, I don't want a random can of bacon following them, so we'll disable the model. Now, if I test this. Oh yeah, Bloodwing's getting her hair dyed. I forgot about that. She's scaring me. Alright, now we got a few things to test here for this mission. So let's go ahead. Alright, now to make sure that that bacon can is attached, which it'll show on my interface, but... will it now put me to the front of that? Easy. So that's a simple way to do Command Vic, where you teleport up to the front line. You could also do it as a spawn point, but I don't like doing it that way because you can sometimes get some weird ARMA glitches that happen. Plus, doing it at base means if you need to have them like resupply or get whatever they want, they can do that. So that's good. Let me now grab a few copies of me. And let's spawn them down here and have them charge up and see if these AI go into their trenches or if they stay standing and shoot at the people.
Enemy 2-4. Engage that man. Front 5-6.
Why'd you pull out your pistol?
East 7.
Why aren't you shooting? Shoot! Shoot the gun. There you go. Wow, that was perfectly uniform. So it just takes the AI a second to wake up, but they just... Oh. Wow. Okay, Terminator. Cool. Why are you pulling out your handgun when you have a perfectly good... I hate it when the AI do that. Yeah, so those machine guns are working. Okay, they're also using their Molotovs when they get close.
On the way.
50 is struggling a bit, but that's okay. I can always just RC the gunner and end them. Yeah, so there we go. They do use it. They're just selective about it. And his accuracy is trash. Sir. There we go. Now, I did just RC him, so you just saw some people jump off their fortifications. What I like about these trenches is the AI will actually respect these a little bit, so that's good. Oh, I love how quick those Molotovs go out. And then some actual grenades go out. Nice. Trying to bait that Greyhound. There we go. So it'll take a second, but he'll eventually mow everyone down. Cool beans. Now, give me a Bren.
Ready.
Who will shoot first? The Brendan! Anytime today, people. That's okay, you can always just remote, pull the trigger, and it's like it never even happened. Wow. A 6-pounder gun did nothing. Why would it? Why would the frickin' AP? Maybe we used the wrong round. Well, they just bailed, so it did work, and then the 30 cal will chew them up. But yeah, okay, AI's dumb. But overall, yeah. And I can just say in brief, no, I'll put it as a task, because I've noticed for years, even if I say it in brief, they forget. So we're just gonna put it as a freaking task. So, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Ooh, easy. Easy peasy lemon squeeze. Oh, God, the day where I have to go from 40 hours to 80 hours of testing. It's just a training scenario, British versus France. It's not meant to be anything realistic. Just historically accurate, though. But anyway, it's about 5 o'clock. Yeah, Mod, if you're here, feel free to delete the VOD. Otherwise, I'm gonna take a small break. I might be back a little later for some more development. Otherwise, I'm just gonna focus on video editing. So, thanks so much for watching, guys. Go operate operationally. We'll be back tomorrow at 5 to run the 2 ops we just made. Otherwise, cheers. Have a good one. Go operate operationally. If the 506 are doing an official mission tonight, I'll try to slide into one of those. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow. So, cheers, guys. Have a good one. And later. I'm bad at these.